How's everyone doing? Getting excited for fly tying season. We are getting our boxes filled up and looking to add some different bugs. This TNT PMD fly pattern is kind of like a Frenchie. But one of the things I found is that, you know, over the years, it seems like PMDs have different variations in the bodies. And one time you'll see that the split back PMD will be all you need, and the next time it's the pheasant tail or the Frenchie. And this one's just kind of a spin-off, in my opinion, of the Frenchie, and it's just one more fly pattern to have out there when you've got a bunch of boats fishing in front of you and you want to have something just a little bit different than maybe the guy in front of you, or they're just triggered on the colors of this year versus you know, some of the other patterns. So it pays to have a bunch of different patterns, and I think this is a good one to have in your box. I'm going to show you guys what we've got for materials. I'm going to be using camel color, 8/0. We try to keep the bodies on these really thin, and I'm going to be using a jig hook and using really a micro barbed hook for it. I'm going to be using some for the tag on this, just some yellow. It's almost got a little bit of a and I keep this really thin when I'm tying it, because if you get a real thick tag on there, it's going to give you a thick body. So and then some slotted beads, and then for the slotted bead we are going to use, I think it's 1/8, 2.8. all right, and we'll pop a hook in there. There's a 16s and 18s is really what I like to fish for the PMD hatch. So there's a slotted bead. Super simple fly. It's really like a Frenchie. I'll also mention that we're going to use some Coq de Leon, and use this for like a little tag. I don't go crazy on the size of the tag. And I've been using for the legs, I've been using pheasant tail. Get the glasses on. Alright, so first thing we're going to start off is with that tag, and like I said, I'm gonna use a very small piece of this. I don't want a thick body on this fly. That's one of the reasons I think this fly works well, is that it's got a super thin body. So we're just going to do a small tag. The tag's a little shorter than the tail's going to be. And I just line it up so that it rides straight back there, and then I'm just going to cut it right about there for the tag. So there's your yellow. Pretty thin, like I said. And I'm going to throw some Coq de Leon in there. I've got a feather already kind of set here. Just line those up so they're kind of straight. Sometimes they get uneven, and if they do, I'll just kind of push it with my thumb if I don't get them lined up very good. But it's going to come a little bit past that tag. And it's funny, I didn't see this fly pattern at all on the internet. Anyway, I am tying it with Sculpin olive in for the rib, and it's a size small. Probably a lot like a pheasant tail if you look at this. And I'm just going to try to cover up all those little spots in there. Make sure it's all covered. I think we're good. I don't want to go crazy there. I want to keep that body thin. And we're just going to rib it forward. And here it doesn't really matter, because we're going to cover this up with the yellow dubbing. Super simple fly, like I said. This is one that you can definitely consider a guide fly. I'm going to throw a little bit of yellow. I don't want it to be overpowering, but it definitely, you know, with the split back PMD, that yellow stands out and really seems to trigger the fish.
So I don't want to go crazy with it, but this one's got a few guard hairs that get a little crazy. I don't really want those going nuts here. Just want this to be a little hot spot. And then I'm going to put my legs in there. Like I said, pretty simple. Probably going with 4 or 5 strands of my pheasant tail here for the legs. Looks about right. Keeping everything nice and thin as I can. Like I said, 8/0 thread. Oop. That's a little long, so I'm just gonna bring it back a little bit. That's about right. And we're almost done, literally. I'm gonna tie it off, and we're gonna get our hot spot in there, and we're gonna be done with this fly. And I'm using fluorescent orange, and this is 70 denier. And I don't want a huge hot spot here. Sometimes they just get a little bit too gaudy for me. One of the nice things about tying your own flies, you can adjust to your own likes. You don't always find in the fly shops exactly like you like it. And that is it. Put a little head cement on it. Sometimes I'll actually put the head cement on the thread. If I was thinking about it, I would have done that. But there is one simple but effective bug. Hit it with a light. That's it. TNT PMD, one more to have in your box when you're trying to be a little bit different than some of the other guys that are out there. This one, you can see it's got all the effective colors of the Frenchies out there. It's got the yellow hot spot in there. Awesome bug. Thanks.